Hey guys, it's Cream, aka Miss Cream of the Crop, and welcome to another episode of Spotlight on Black owned brands. This is episode 32. As you can see, our featured spotlight for this episode is the Barber and Beauty Supply Store in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. We will be interviewing the owner, Jamal, and that's him welcoming us into his store. We are going to take you guys on a mini tour of his store, and then we'll get into the interview. So sit back, enjoy the footage, and come back for more. Okay, guys, that concludes our tour and the beautiful Hebrew barber salon inside of the beauty supply store is coming soon. And now it's time to get into this interview.
All right. Hey guys, it's Cream, aka Miss Cream of the Crop, and welcome to another episode of Spotlight on Black owned brands. And this is episode 32, and I'm really excited because my special guest is Jamal Pittman. He is the owner of Barber and Beauty Supply Outlet here in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, actually, it's in Cleveland Heights. And I'm really excited because I think he is the first guy that we feature. We've had 32 episodes. I don't think we've featured a brand owned by a man. So I'm excited. You're the first one
Okay. All right.
to be featured. So far we've had, a lot of black owned, woman owned brands. So you're the first black owned, man owned brand that we have featured. So introduce yourself to everyone, and then we'll get into how I discovered your business.
Okay. Excellent. As you said, my name is Jamal, and I'm the owner of Barber and Beauty Supply Outlet. It's a Barber and Beauty Supply store here in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, and actually one of the only black-owned beauty supply stores in the greater Cleveland area. There are a few, but not very many, and one of a few to none on the east side of Cleveland. So
Yes.
That's where I am at today, and I didn't realize I was the first male being featured. So that actually that's exciting too. But just to let you know how many of our sisters are out there doing the thing as entrepreneurs. So now it's time for us to come and step it up.
Yes, absolutely. It's time for the guys to step it up and, make sure you guys let us know what your businesses and brands are so that we can support you guys as well. So just to give everybody a little bit of a background, one of my favorite stores is Target, and there's a Target in University Heights, which is a suburb outside of Cleveland, which is near Cleveland Heights. And I was driving down the street with my daughter, and we were looking for a particular product, and my daughter's like, what about that black, she's like, I think that beauty supply store is owned by a black person. I see a guy standing in there. Let's go in there and try first. She's like, let's go there first. I said, okay, cool. I went in, I saw Jamal, I asked him if he owned the place. He said yes. And we talked a little bit, and I told my daughter that you actually were the owner of the beauty supply store, and she was really excited because, you know, your kids are a reflection of you. So she was really excited because my kids like to support Black-owned brands as well. And she's like, we have to come back, Mommy. We have to support. So that's how I discovered your beauty supply store. Like, we passed by there a couple of times, and I think we passed by there, it was like really late, it was closed. So I'm like, oh, there's a new beauty supply store. You know, when they open, we're going to check it out. And we found out it was Black-owned. So I think that's really amazing. And you're a guy. So that's also amazing as well. So what made you get into this business?
Well, first, shout out to your daughter for actually noticing and paying attention, and that's a good eye on her. Good on her to be able to, that lets me know that she also was on the lookout for those type of businesses. So
yes, she's the reason I came in here, so I have to give credit to her.
Excellent. So yes, what made me get into the business?
Yes.
Well, I had a business conference that I went to back in 2016.
Okay.
At the conference, I was listening to a brother who had opened multiple beauty supply stores in Atlanta.
Yes.
And he was talking about the industry and how 96% of our dollars go into the industry from a retail standpoint, but you have very little ownership. So even though I was there for networking and other business, that light bulb kind of went off, and I said to myself, very interesting. I'd never, thought about the beauty supply industry like that before. Normally I would just go into the store, grab my do-rag or, whatever wave grease I needed, and I was out. Yeah. But I started thinking about this. Yeah, this is a big staple in our community. And it goes hand in hand with the barbershops and the beauty salons. So once that seed was planted, I started to think about it more and more over that year and the next year. And when I realized that thought just wasn't leaving my brain, I was like, all right, this is something that I see I'm going to have to seriously take a look at and try to put my feet to the ground to see if we can accomplish it.
Yeah, they say if something doesn't leave your brain, if you keep thinking about it, that means it's meant to be. It's for you. At least that's what ladies tell themselves when we want to get that bag. We're like, listen, I went home, I dreamt about it, I couldn't stop thinking about it, I had to buy that purse. but I know exactly who you're talking about. I've watched his documentaries. I've seen other people give their testimonies about how he has encouraged them and empowered them to open up their own beauty supply stores as well. So I think it's really amazing that you are that I get to meet one of the people that actually went to one of his conferences and actually was inspired to open up their own beauty supply store. So I think that's dope. So
yes,
being a guy and saying, I want to open up a beauty supply store. So what did your friends and family think when you said, I'm opening up a beauty supply store?
Well, the first question is, what made you do that? Well, what makes you want to open up a beauty supply store?
Yeah.
And so I thought of it from a business standpoint because I'll be honest, I had a few other business ideas, but I was trying to think of something that would make an immediate, a more immediate impact and something that would stand out. Like, hey, where we could see ourselves, place that we go to every day. And so the lack of ownership is really what motivated me, particularly here in Cleveland where, we have, probably a beauty supply store every 3 blocks or so, but you see that there's very little ownership from our community. So that on top of the intrigue with the industry is what made me want to start it up. And then I also knew that as a man, I was also going to obviously have to cater to our sisters, but I also wanted to add a spin on it to make it unique, and then also add the barber part in to where I can also cater to the barbers as well. So I thought it was, I thought it would make for, a good idea and a unique experience for the people that's coming in as well.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you because you don't normally go into a beauty supply store and see a guy, first of all. Usually when you do, it's at the stores where there's either Asian people or there's Middle Eastern older people, and they're usually behind the counter, but they have all the black girls working on the floor. But you don't normally go to a beauty supply store and see a tall black guy behind the counter like, how can I help you with your wig today? So
Right,
in that
exactly.
aspect, I would say that makes you unique because it makes you stand out. So it will make people want to come to the store. Like, no, there can't be. Yes, the guy owns that store. So it will make people interested because, like, a black guy, yes, he's going to help you with your hair stuff. But I also think that it was a great idea because when people think of the beauty supply store, you really just think they only have things in there for ladies. And a lot of people don't cater to the beauty aspect of the male side of it, because you guys care about your waves, you care about, your lineups, your afros. Like, you guys have to keep up with your looks as well, and most of the time you have to go into somewhere that's mainly catered to women to buy your stuff. So I like how your store is it's gender neutral. Like, a guy wouldn't feel weird coming in your store to get his hair products. Even my son found some stuff in there that he wanted. He was in there to work with me. He's like, I see some stuff that I want. So I like the way your store is set up because, guys, you guys care about looking good too. So I like the balance that you have. And despite the climate of the United States, in spite of that, people still want to look good. And I think that also is a great idea because people will still need to groom themselves. No matter how much money they may or may not have, everyone's going to budget to get something from the hair store.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing or what climate we're in. As you said, everybody, you got to maintain yourself. You got to, everybody wants to look good and have that upkeep. And to your point, another thing, I wanted to, you mentioned, kind of being gender neutral, but at the same time, I also, me having a beard and a lot of men over the last, 4 to 5 years growing their beards out, I also wanted to cater to that and add that to, hey, yes, you can come in here and get grooming products for your beard. You can get your beard oils here, get your moisturizers, things like that. So there are more things that guys look for than people actually consider, and so I wanted to, from that male perspective, also, add that element to the store as well.
Right, and that's a great idea because you're right. A lot of guys are growing beards out. Like, almost everyone has some type of facial hair now. It's like the thing, and I'm pretty sure going into the store and seeing someone who is similar to you is more comforting than trying to have a language barrier and ask someone for a beard product that you saw on Instagram. You're like, oh, I see this on Instagram. Let me go try to find it. And you're trying to explain to them what you're looking for. And you're like, I already feel uncomfortable because I'm in the hair store. You really don't understand what I'm asking for. I really don't know how to explain this to you. I'm just not going to purchase anything. So I think that, that's also a good reason why you being the owner of this store makes a lot of sense. So, how long have you been in this location?
So in this location, we did a soft opening at the end of September. So it hasn't been quite it'll be almost 2 months at the end of this month.
So has the neighborhood been welcoming to you, or have you found any challenges with putting this type of store where you currently are located?
So the neighborhood has been welcoming. I think the challenge was when I was looking or sourcing locations, I said, wow, this is a great location. It's right in the Cedar Lee Heights district, right across from the high school. But that was before anybody knew we were going to have a pandemic. And so I was envisioning a lot of foot traffic from the high school and some spillover from the cosmetology school, but that kind of got put to a halt. So that has been probably the biggest challenge so far, maybe not having the exact volume of traffic that I thought I would initially, but that's something that we can't control, and things will eventually work themselves out. But the reception has been very positive in terms of having this store here and being in a location where people don't have to drive, to Mayfield Heights or wherever to come get some product.
Yeah, I would say that is an amazing area because it's super busy over there, and there really aren't any other beauty supply stores that I can think of that is in the radius of your store. So with the pandemic going on right now, and with the traffic not being as much as you thought it was going to be, because of course school's virtual right now. So what are some things that you have been doing creatively to draw attention to your store to, garner customers to come in and shop?
So really what I had to do was just try to get on my social media grind, so to speak. Been heavy on Facebook, trying to promote the store, getting a lot of traction. I'd probably say 6 out of 10 people that come in have probably seen a Facebook post or share or someone that mentioned it on Facebook, so that has helped a lot. I've also been starting a new Instagram account, and then the News 5 interview I did with News Channel 5 here in Cleveland, that has helped. And then, of course, being able to had the privilege of interviewing with you, and then looking at other ways where I can talk to different business owners. I'm looking at talking to businesses that you wouldn't necessarily think would need the services, but you think about like a funeral home, for example, or working with different barber schools. I'm starting to now try to make some of those contacts to supplement some of the traffic while, the school is closed.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Because going back to what you were saying in regards to us not really having that many Black-owned beauty supply stores, we have so many barbershops in our neighborhoods. Like almost everyone is a barber these days in Cleveland, and the fact that they don't really have a place that they can go and buy their supplies from someone who looks just like them, that also fills that void as well. So I think you connecting with barbershops is an amazing idea because literally they are everywhere in Cleveland. Like,
yes,
almost everyone's a barber here.
Yeah, and there are a lot of shops. I don't even know
how the barbers have that many clientele because there's so many barbers in Cleveland.
Right, yeah, and right here, there's shops all up Lee Road and South Taylor, so a very heavily, densely populated area with barbers and beauty salons as well. So this is definitely a good location, and I'm looking to get more employees in so that I can actually be more active and engage in more of those contacts.
Yeah, that's amazing. So if you need some help, listen. I'll send Haley your way. I will send my daughter your way. But I definitely know that this is going to be a big, big, big deal for you. Like right now, everyone is feeling the effects of the pandemic. No one expected COVID to come and just take over our entire 2020. But as you said, beauty is one thing that people tend to keep up with no matter how the climate of the country is doing, no matter if there's a recession. People are, they still want to look presentable. There are still people who have to go to work that are essential workers that still want to look presentable for work. So there's definitely going to always be a need to look great. And I think that it's amazing that we have a Black-owned, male-owned beauty supply store. That is so dope to me. Like that is, I really do think that that's really, really dope, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to feature you as a spotlight, because I'm like, this is dope. People need to know. So I'm going to be optimistic and say that this interview is also going to help bring some foot traffic to your store. I can't wait to post this and give everyone your, you said you had a Facebook page and you just started your new Instagram page. So give everyone that information.
And if I could add one more thing, one of the other key differentiators that I wanted to do, you know, when a woman goes to get her hair done, she might go to a stylist and then maybe find out there's 3 or 4 products that she's missing and have to run back out and go to the store. Or if you go to see your barber and maybe he asks you for something, well, the part that I didn't mention is that I actually have 4 chairs in here to make this a one-stop shop. So I'm looking at the beginning of 2021 in the first quarter to open up the barber salon inside of the store so that you can actually get your required hair care needs done and have all the supplies you need in one place. So,
one-stop shop.
Exactly.
You were thinking ahead. You were definitely thinking ahead. And that also makes the store unique as well. I didn't know if you wanted to, I know you said you were still working on that, so I didn't know if you wanted to mention it. So, yes, that is another aspect of the store that is really unique that I noticed in there as well. I'm like, that's so dope. I remember getting in the car, I told Haley, I'm like, there's a barbershop in there. And so 2021, I feel like as everything starts opening back up, I know that it's not going to happen like January 1st, but I'm pretty sure things are going to start picking up and, you know, be amazing for you in your store. And I think you're in an amazing location. That section is super busy. So yeah, I think it's super busy. So I really appreciate you for, like I said, taking time out of your day to sit down with me and do this interview. Don't forget to give everyone your information so that they can support the store, like your page on Facebook and follow you on Instagram.
Yes, so my Instagram is Barber Beauty Supply Outlet. That's Barber Beauty Supply Outlet on Instagram and Facebook. That's the handle for both.
Okay.
So please visit the Facebook page, like and share. You can also like and join the Instagram page, and I'm working on the e-commerce website, which hopefully will be coming very soon.
I was just about to ask you about that. If someone was interested in ordering things online, would they be able to do that? So that's coming soon as well.
Yes. The e-commerce site is coming soon, but and it's for the time being, Barber Beauty Supply Outlet on Facebook and Instagram. And look out for that website.
Yes. Well, you know, I'm coming back in the store. Why not? I always need beauty products. But until then, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you so much for being a featured spotlight on our Spotlight of Black Brands.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me. I appreciate you introducing me to your audience. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Thanks again. Have a great night.
You too.